Hey, so today is another wonderful, beautiful day here out at the barn with Pilot. It's kind of dreary, but one of those like beautiful autumn days that's just, the trees are just beginning to be painted in their beautiful gold and red and yellow and all those colors and everything. And it's kind of rainy and foggy and it's just beautiful. And today I'm just wanting to talk about something that I've been hearing a lot about and thinking about as I've been just like, I do a lot of reading and research and listening to podcasts during the week about particularly horses. And one of the things that has come to just, I've been thinking a lot about it is when a horse is afraid, they, if they're really afraid and if they're untrained, they will run. They want to keep their feet moving. When their feet are moving, they are, in their minds, safe. And that makes it a challenge for the rider or for the person who's with the horse, because if the horse is afraid and not trained properly, or even a horse that is trained and is genuinely scared, they will run or bolt or move their feet or buck or kick or try to, get away from whatever it is that's bothering them. And in doing so, the rider or the person who's with that horse could be in danger. And so it can be kind of a tricky business. And I was thinking about it, and it kind of hit me as I was kind of listening and reading this week. I think people are similar. At least I know for me, when I am in a position where I'm afraid, there's a temptation for me to want to kind of run away, like run to something that to me would be easier, run away, get away from whatever it is that's like making me uncomfortable or bothering me. But I was just thinking too that one of the ways that Pilot isn't really very spooky out on trails, and he's not spooked of a whole lot of things, but I have definitely ridden horses who have spooked. And I heard a recent thing once about a kind of bit of advice for when your horse spooks is to actually keep their feet moving, because it keeps them more relaxed. And so if they're afraid, say, of like a big, branch that's laying in front of the trail, you would actually trot them towards it and keep their feet moving, because that actually gives them peace, because by nature, keeping their feet moving as a prey animal makes them feel safer. And so for me, I was like, well, what about in my life? What if, I run and there's this running thing going on in my life, and the Lord is the one who's causing me to either run towards those things that I fear the most or the things that make me uncomfortable. And sometimes when I get tempted to run in the opposite direction, it's actually a challenge for me to say, okay, so identify what are those things that I fear, and then how can I take steps in Christ to actually walk towards the fear, and even like move in a speedier way towards it. Like, what are steps that I can do to overcome these things? Because I think we all can relate that sometimes it can be a scary thing to be put in a position of fear or uncomfortable situations. But when we run at them in the power of the Lord that we have as Christians, then we are able to actually feel more secure when we're moving towards those things. Because sometimes when we're either running away from those things or when we're like staring them down in fear, we're not ready to run at them and actually take them head on, it actually makes us more paralyzed, and it hinders us from living truly joy-filled as we are called to be as Christians. So I am challenging myself, and hopefully anyone who is listening, that let's run at the things that we fear in Christ. He is our strength, and just like I am a rider and I can guide Pilot through the things that maybe he would fear, or any horse for that matter, if I can guide a horse where towards the things that they are afraid of and keep their feet moving, then there is a feeling of safety and, like I'm moving towards it. So I'm my hope is to write down a list, because this is my thing, I'm a journaler, write down a list of the things I'm afraid of, and then what are steps that I can take to actually get towards those things and, trot towards them in a way that will glorify the Lord. So that's kind of what I have today, and it's, exciting.